what I want to do differently for this one, I want you to tell everyone who you are.
Okay, I can do that. Oh yeah, I can do that. So, my name is King Dari. That is not like the milk. It is based off of my name, Adarius, my true government name, which I have no problem sharing. I am a content creator, singer songwriter, art, DJ, playlist curator, and engineer.
Lot of titles there, sir. But
Yeah,
I'm the same way though.
I
So
like to. Yeah, I like to wear many hats. You know, anything that brings in a little money and helps me get to being full time, I'm all for it.
right. So we've been talking about doing this for well over a year now. Um, I took a little time off because things were just crazy. Life was crazy. You're the first interview I've done in 6 months, so it's refreshing to hop back in, and no better way to do it than, even though we haven't met in person, and even though we're only an hour away from each other, we have not met, but I still consider you a friend. So it's nice to jump back in and just talk to a friend, you know. And
Likewise.
it's been interesting to watch your journey in the time that I've known you, and that's what we're here to talk about. You know, I want to talk about everything. I want to talk about what got you into music and singing and wanting to be a musician, and how you've gotten here. So, what was the first thing that made you enjoy music?
Absolutely. And thank you so much for those kind words. I consider you a friend too, you know. Distance and, you know, time doesn't mean anything to me as much as connections. So, I'm really honored to be here. You know, this has been a long time coming, and honestly, I'm just happy to be here. For me, I've been in music all my life. My dad is a pastor. My mom is in ministry. They grew up in ministry, and I come from a long line of gospel ministers in my life. So the gospel is very strong in my life. So it's only natural that I've always had an affinity for music. But it wasn't until my senior year in high school where I made a really crappy audio of like this DJ dubstep, whatever you call it. I thought I was hot back then, like mixing everything on this Fruity Loops janky website using a school Mac computer, and it was so trash. But I had so much fun doing it, and that's what really propelled me from doing what I wanted to do to doing what I needed to do, and that was music. That was December 10th of 2014.
Okay.
I'll never forget that day. That was the life changer. I decided to not go forward with meteorology and go full force into music, and so for the last 9, almost 10 years, that's what I've been chasing. But it wasn't until I'd say the pandemic that nose I really nosedived headfirst into the music scene as an artist.
Hmm.
I graduated with a bachelor's degree in music technology and industry during the pandemic. Um, and I did my first EP, which is just all instrumental stuff. That's called Bleeding Heart. A lot of people still talk about it because it was part of my senior exhibition. And from there, it's just been a 5-year odyssey of just learning as much as I can from both the music business aspect as well as the artist aspect of things. My voice has definitely changed for the better. And I've learned so much just from the amount of networking and collaboration, as well as traveling I've done with music. And so for me, it's just been a journey for my entire life.
Tell me about the festivals that you got to play this year.
Man, that was a dream come true. Okay, that was a dream come true. Being able to perform live at 2 festivals before I turned 30 was one of the goals. I got to perform in 2 this year. And how they landed in my lap, it was just divine timing, really. Like I honestly can't even take the credit for that. It was divine timing and just being in the right place at the right time. I did a show with KC Undergrounds, which is ran by Christopher Ruiz. Shout out to Chris. He gave me that opportunity, and he told me the day before, he was like, hey, there's a person who is looking for R&B acts for their festival in August to perform, and they're going to be watching your set. They're not going to be there, but they're going to be watching your set. And so I was like, okay, that's kind of scary. Yeah. So it was about a 2-week waiting period, and then I heard back from Heather from Parkville Days. And Heather reached out to me and was like, yeah, we'd love to have you on the first night of the festival. And I was floored. I was like, are you serious? Me? For a festival? What, for an 1.5-hour performance? Sure. That's one of the longest sets I've ever done.
Right.
And I mean, I pulled out all of the archives. I'm talking like I used all of my music from the beginning to music I've used at every performance in the past that I haven't even released yet. And it was just, the energy was so palpable. I had people from high school that I knew show up. My partner was in the crowd. My best friends were in the crowd. It was just so cool. And then the next festival I got was because grassroots organization in the city called Liberated Grounds. They hooked me up with an opportunity to go to Nashville to do some collaborations on a project that's still being developed right now. I can't talk about it too much, but it's still under development. But I went there to do it, and then the main person was like, "Hey, let's go ahead and have you come back down in like 2 weeks to perform at our festival." And I'm like, okay, sure. What, when do you want me to show up? And at the time I was working in a transportation company, so rental cars were very inexpensive.
Right.
So they were like, yeah, can you make here for date and this date? I was like, let's do it. So I drove the 7.5 hours down there. I performed 2 songs, and then I drove 7 hours back. But those 2 songs that I performed caught the attention of some OGs down there. And so now I have an opportunity at some point later next year to have some Nashville people come up to Kansas City and do a joint concert with them. Things are still in the talking stage, and I don't like to count my chickens before they hatch, but I've developed really good relationships with people down there. I was on the Uncle T podcast. Shout out to Uncle T. I talked to a bunch of other people, shout out to Ray, to Old School, to everybody from the Ether Network that allowed me to have that stage and that opportunity. And I networked with so many people down there, and it just really helped my reach even more than what it was. Being able to perform on those festivals showed me that I can do it. And, that when the dice is rolled, I'll show up.
Yeah.
And so I'm just grateful that I even got those opportunities. Those were some of the best moments of my life, and they really set the precedence for how the rest of this year has been going.
Mm-hmm. I know, without going into details, but you know, I know that there's been a lot of rough times, and for me also, and you know, it's how we get through those times and what happens on the other side of it. And I've been through enough tough times over the years, and still here I am. You know, I'm still doing what I do. Um, and I feel like, you know, the funny thing, when I made that post last year, because I had just moved here, like I've only been in Kansas since July 4th of last year, and um, when I made that post in the Kansas City music group, I got quite a few people, you know, some added me, and you know, I listened to some of the artists and whatnot, but the only person that I actually connected with was you, like instantly too. Like I was like, when I saw you, something I was like, I don't know, there's something about him that sticks out more than the others, and you know, just automatic. And to watch what all's happened in the last year, it's been pretty cool. And uh, hearing what is possibly coming up, and potentially coming up, and actually coming up, it's fucking badass, man. Like I love it.
Thank you.
I love seeing that even when shit was rough, you were still trying to accomplish, and that's what a lot of people don't have. You know, like when stuff gets hard, people just give up, or they turn to other things, and whether it's a dream or just, you know, making good choices or whatever, you know, whatever the case may be, and people can fall into that trap. And here you are, you know, you're doing the biggest things you've ever done, and you're just getting started. You know, it hasn't even, like, the good shit hasn't even like happened yet, and it's going to, and you know that it is too, and that's what's cool.
Absolutely. I'm a firm believer in believing in yourself.
You have to.
I My life has not been easy, and the last 3 years especially have been extremely trying and challenging. Without going into too many details, I've had insurmountable loss. I've had to redefine my identity and who I am, and also maneuver a lot of life challenges that I've dealt with before, but as a kid, as um, you know, there's something humbling about sleeping on the floor. You know, there's something humbling about two pillows, no mattress, and some blankets during the wintertime. There's something humbling about having sardines and crackers for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And also trying to figure out mentally what is going on and what you've been trying to uncover for years. And so at the end of last year, I made it a personal mission to discover what was going on within.
Mm-hmm.
And finally figured it out. Got diagnosed with ADHD, um, and some other things that I won't disclose. But being in therapy consistently and getting that reassurance that I'm not crazy really just reaffirmed and lit a fire underneath me. Um, that I just haven't looked back since then. And I mean, even now, I'm still going through stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm still dealing with stuff that, you know, I won't mention here because I don't want it to be a sob story. I don't want, you know, people to be like, oh no, he's going through so much, but like, because I don't want that to take away from all the it is part of my testimony, my story, but I don't want it to overshadow my progress and what I've done.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're right, a lot of the stuff I've gone through, a lot of other people would tuck tail and run. Like, I've had so much happen to me in a year, and through it all, I've just always said, as long as I have music, as long as I have my music, I'll be fine. As long as I have my faith, I'll be fine. Those are the two things that I've leaned on heavy more than anything else the last year, the last 3 years, the last 5 years. I would not be here without them, because I've always known that I'm destined for great things, and I've always known that I'm going to be successful. And so in the days that I'm struggling, I always do what I like to call the breakdown method.
Mm-hmm.
If I can't record a song, I'll write a song. If I can't write a song, I'll listen to a beat to think of a song.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm thinking of a song, writing a song, or recording a song, I'm listening to music. If I'm not doing any of those things, then I'm talking about music, because music is always going to be the forefront of everything that I do.
Yep.
And so I'm always figuring out ways to use it to my advantage to help me through life's difficult challenges. And I'm just so grateful that I'm at this point in my career where it's just like, what's next? Like, I legitimately cannot say all the stuff that's coming, but it's so huge that all I can do is just sit back and be like, I know this isn't it,
Yeah.
And what a blessing that is. That is such a huge blessing to me, because I remember when it was like years ago, what am I gonna do? So to go from that to what's next is like, it's truly a blessing.
So what I want to know, musically and vocally, who have been your biggest inspirations?
Being able to sing and rap, I take inspiration from a lot of different people and a lot of different things. For me, I would say the 5 inspirations, in no particular order, would be Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder, Kendrick Lamar, Lecrae, and then the 5th is a floater, because I leave that spot open for anything, because I'm a classically trained singer too.
Mm-hmm.
I did musicals growing up, so like I have that side of me as well. So like, I leave that spot open for whatever I find interesting, but the other 4 are definitely set in stone. There's no particular order, but they really have influenced a lot of my music, just from how genius they are in their musicality.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, we all know Michael Jackson's never going to be topped by anybody. So
they can try, but definitely not. That was a musical genius, dude. I sometimes think about what type of music he would have made with all of the tools that we have now on DAW systems.
Right.
I mean, he was making beats using analog systems.
Mm-hmm.
We have so many things now that changes the effect of your voice now, and it's not AI.
Yeah.
And like, it's just the possibilities would have been endless. And that man would have been making music until he was 80 years old if he could have.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So yeah, no one's topping MJ. I mean, there's a reason why he's the GOAT.
1,000,000%. How do you feel about doesn't have to be specifically the music itself that has come out since he's passed, but just the fact that music has still been released. Like some people feel weird about it, some people love it. I love it. I love that. I mean, and who knows how much music still hasn't even been put out yet. You know,
Yeah.
Prince was the same way. You know, he had like an infinite amount of music, and you know, but both of those guys are both the standard. You can't even. They're not just genius. They're the standard. They're what music has been based off of because that's how incredible they were. You know.
Yeah, I mean, all the greats. You know, James Brown, The Temptations, Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles, Aretha Franklin, Ella Fitzgerald. I mean, the list is endless. Those people probably have vaults that no one will ever see the light of day of.
Mm-hmm.
But the two that probably have the biggest vaults would have to be Michael Jackson and Prince, because I remember hearing that they have thousands of songs that that are unreleased to the public. And for me, as a lifelong fan, it's always just cool to hear like what ideas they were thinking of, what new concepts they were coming up with. Escape is one of Michael Jackson's best albums, and it was released posthumously. You know, and some of the songs from his album Michael that was released a month or so after his death, those tracks were amazing. You know, I think it really
Slave to the Rhythm is still one of my favorites.
So good, dude. the beat, like, oh my god. And then Chicago, dude, like, is just so good. And I know Prince's family didn't want to release any of his stuff from the vault, but a wise person once told me that once you make a song,
it's everybody.
And it's everybody's. It is no longer yours. So holding on to that is like holding on to a baseball card, you know? It's never going to lose its value just because the person is gone. If anything, that makes it more valuable. You know, like Mac Miller's Balloonerism. You know, a lot of people like that album. I don't listen to Mac Miller personally just because I never grew up listening to him, but a lot of his fans appreciated that album came out. You know, it's just something that the fans have to constantly remember the artist by. You know, and I think that that's so important. Like, for instance, for me, like, you know, once I get to a certain point in my career, once I retire, you know, I'd love to release songs that I wrote 20, 30 years ago. I think it'd be cool.
Okay.
You know, I think it'd be awesome, you know, because I definitely have songs that are like that in my archives. Like, one of the songs I finished this year was a song I started 5 years ago. And like, that's cool because you get to explain that, you know, like, I don't know. I agree. I understand where people are coming from, and yet also like art should be expressed, you know? If they held on to all of Van Gogh's paintings and all of Basquiat's paintings, they would have never known about them. So that's kind of just like my take on it, you know, like it's just like art is meant to be shared, you know?
I firmly agree with all of that. How do you think Kansas City has influenced you?
Kansas City has influenced me in a lot of different ways. I've gotten this question a lot, and each time my answer, the core of it remains the same, but it kind of changes. I'll say is that Kansas City has shaped me into the man that I am today. Kansas City has allowed me the platform to be part of the community boots to ground. And it has also shown me what true local support means. It has also shown me that true change happens from within, and there are skeletons in the closet that we must face in order for us to truly move forward. Kansas City is such a conglomeration of good, bad, and in between. And I feel like that's what makes Kansas City, Kansas City. You know, not all the good things are good. Not all the bad things are bad. But the community that you get from here, it really changes you. And with my particular upbringing, being a middle child from 8 other siblings and dealing with poverty and many other things, I have a true understanding of what the heartbeat of this city is about. And that's why I put it in all of my lyrics. Kansas City has allowed me to see the bare essence of humanity stripped away from all the glitz and glamour and still find ways to find the beauty in it. And I'm really grateful for it because not everyone can say that.
True story. So something that I like to ask people, generally, if they're American, I ask one question. If they're from overseas, I'll twist it a little bit to where they may be from. In this case, we both have a affinity for food, good food.
Yes, we do.
And I've been in Kansas City a few times, but I haven't spent a lot of time there yet. And I do want to live closer to it, and that is a goal. Within the next couple of years, is to be closer to it. So, what I normally ask anyone that's American is, where are the best tacos? In this case, because of what it is, I got to ask, where's the best barbecue?
Okay. The best barbecue is in Oak Grove, Missouri, under a man by the name of Andrew Lee Wells Jr. That is father.
I was gonna say, there's got to be some relation there.
He was he's a certified chef.
Okay.
He makes his barbecue sauce by hand.
Sweet.
And it is the best barbecue I've ever had. I think the only place that could top it is Gates, like barbecue sauce wise. Maybe a couple of others. But I'm really particular about my barbecue sauce. I like it sweet with a little bit of tanginess and like the vinegary side of it. I like that. But if you're looking for stuff elsewhere, like barbecue wise, the best barbecue in Kansas City you're gonna find at a cookout. Notice how I don't say barbecue. It's cookout, because there are 2 different things.
Yeah.
A barbecue and a cookout are 2 different things. The best barbecue I've ever had has been at a cookout. Restaurants are but if you want the true Kansas City essence, go to a cookout. Yeah. Guaranteed that barbecue, hands down, is gas.
So that's something that I'm going to have to do with you then.
Oh yeah.
Along with trying your dad's barbecue.
Oh yeah, you got to definitely try my dad's barbecue. Yeah. He's more friendly than I am. He loves watching people eat his food and their face just, oh wow, this is amazing. Like, he was supposed to make ribs the other night, and I'm so glad he didn't because I wasn't home. But something tells me he's gonna make them tonight.
Yeah.
And if he makes them tonight, it's gonna be on. Like, but yeah, there's a couple of, I'm telling you, man, there's a couple of other barbecue spots that I definitely want to try in Kansas City because there's a lot of them. Mm-hmm. There's also some that you want to stay away from.
Yep. And not every barbecue that's the stuff I want to know too.
Yeah, not every barbecue spot is made equal. Now, if you were to ask me about the top wing joint spots, I already have my top 2.
Okay.
It'd be Wings Cafe specifically the one in Westport.
Okay.
And then at the top of the list for wings, it's a two-way tie between the Peanut and Hideout Bar and Grill KC. It's this small hole-in-the-wall place in Gladstone, Missouri. They char, sear, dip, and grill their wings. It's amazing.
All right, so we're gonna fuck some wings up.
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta go to the wing joint. Like, I may have to get Glenn, from Hood Do Food Reviews, because he may have to come
one
with
of his videos a few weeks ago.
Yeah, he has an affinity for food as well, and so like I want to get him to go to Hideout Bar and Grill with me because it's such a hole in the wall place. But during the pandemic, that's what I lived off of. Like, I would these wings are like quarter wings, and they don't shrink them down. They don't, do anything with them. They're the actual size.
Yeah.
And they make their blue cheese in house.
Yes. And thank you for going to blue cheese and not ranch.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Look. I try not to diss on people who do ranch, but blue cheese is superior when it comes to buffalo wings because blue cheese enhances the flavor. It just does.
Yes, it does.
Ranch kind of covers the flavor. When you eat buffalo wings with ranch, all you taste is ranch. I don't know what it is, but something about the blue cheese just enhances the flavor, but it's good blue cheese, not that chunky mess. It has to be homemade, really good blue cheese. And the Hideout Bar and Grill has some of the best homemade, house-made blue cheese I've ever had.
Love it. So we've already had plans, but we got more plans now. So my next question is, for all the people that have been with you from the beginning, they've been with you all along your journey, the people that are going to know you in the future, what do you say to them?
That's a good question. I guess I'd say hello, and it's nice to meet you. I thank you for your support. I thank you for your encouragement, and your prayers and your good energy, because I feel it every day I wake up. I am only here because of you guys, and I will continue to work to make you all proud and be proud of someone who you can relate to. I can't wait to show you guys what I have in store. And I can't wait to show everyone what it means to be a true artist that brings people together through their music. Because I feel that is lost a lot these days.
It is.
I am so grateful that you have supported me as much as you have. If you could let other people know about what I'm doing and let them see what my message is, or just even listen to my music today and let it touch your heart, that to me is a currency in and of itself. So, thank you. Drink water. Stop being dehydrated. And just take care of yourselves, because the world's a better place with you in it, and I'm glad you're in it. So that's what I'd say. Mr. Rogers-esque type thing. Goat.
I love it. Well, Mr. King Dari, it has been a pleasure to finally chat with you, for real, other than our random voice messages every now and then. I definitely plan to see you in the near future. Definitely plan to fuck some wings up in the near future. And
it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. It has to happen.
It has to happen.
It's illegal if it doesn't happen. Like someone's going down. Like it's got to happen.
Kind of a rite of passage for me. If you can hang with me when I'm messing some wings up, you all right in my book. Like
I'm already there, dude. I'm already I'm already there. But yeah, I'm glad that we finally did this, and I'm glad that even though it took a long time, but for really no reason, um, it was the right time. You know, you've had some things happen, and you got things going on, and it was something to really talk about and something to look forward to. So
absolutely, and the pleasure was all mine, man. I'm glad that we were able to finally have this conversation, and thank you for allowing me the platform to even give people really cool for artists and just for people, because having these conversations is so important for the human connection. So
I agree. That's why I love doing it. All right, sir. I'm gonna let you have your evening, and I will talk to you in the near future, and I will get this up as soon as I can.
all right, sounds good. It's a pleasure talking to you, man.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you. Take it easy.
Take care, dude.